Okay guys, today we're going to be looking at 17.2, adding polynomial expressions. So the first thing that I want you guys to do is to look at the essential question, which is how do you add polynomials? Okay, and now I want you to go ahead and turn to page 818, and we're going to start with explain 1. So adding polynomials using vertical format. So to add polynomials vertically, add like terms and columns. Write the first polynomial in standard form, then write the second polynomial below the first, aligning like terms. Use a monomial with a 0 coefficient as a placeholder for missing terms. Add the coefficients of each group and write the sum aligned with the like terms above. Simplify if necessary. Okay, so I'm going to go through and I'm actually going to say the first thing that we want to do is we want to add like terms. Okay. But before we do that, because this is just in general, right, to add polynomials, the very first thing we do is we write the first polynomial in standard form. The second thing we do is write the second one, okay? And then we would actually add like terms, okay? So we have write the first polynomial, standard form, two, write the second polynomial, again standard form, and then third, combine like terms. Okay, so right now I want you guys to just watch. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this. So the first thing that we do is we see that we have 5x squared plus 2x minus 1. And then we have 4x squared minus x plus 2. So we're going to rewrite the problem vertically aligning the terms. And so we see that we have our x squared in a row. We have our x's in a row. And then we have our constants in a row. And we end with 9x squared plus x plus 1, right? Because we see that, 5 and 4 is going to give us 9. 2 minus 1 is going to give us 1. And negative 1 plus 2 is going to give us a positive 1. Okay? So now I want you guys to go ahead and do B with me. I'm actually going to go off to the side over here, and I'm going to rewrite that. And so I have 3y cubed plus, I have a y squared here, but I don't here, so I'm going to use my placeholder, 0y squared, plus 2y plus 1. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write my second expression, polynomial, and I'm going to say, well, I don't have a y cubed, so I have 0y cubed plus 1y squared plus 0y minus 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add these or combine like terms. And so if I do the same thing as I did in the previous example, I have my y cubes, I have my y squares, I have my y's, and I have my constants. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to combine these. So I have 3y cubed. 1 and 0 gives me 1y squared. 2 and 0 gives me 2y. And then if I have 1 minus 1, I have a 0. Okay? So my final answer, once I simplify, is 3y cubed plus y squared plus 2y. And that is going to be my simplified polynomial. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's continue to scroll down. We're at the bottom of 819 now. And we're actually going to look at number 3. And, let's do 3 and 4. Okay, so if I set this up, I'm going to have negative x squared minus 0, well, plus 0x minus 1. And then when I write my second polynomial, I'm going to have 4x squared minus x plus 0. Okay, when I get those lined up and I'm ready to go, I'm going to make sure that I'm aligned. So I have x squared, I have x, and I have my constants. And so here I'm adding, but I still have negative x plus 4. So I have 3x squared. I have 0 minus 1x, so I have minus x minus 1. And so my final answer, my simplified answer, is going to be 3x squared minus x minus 1. Okay? And so I'm going to go to number 4, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I notice here I don't have a z squared, so I'm going to add in a 0z squared. And then I look here, I have a cubed, a squared, and I don't have a constant, so I'm going to add in that 0. So now I'm going to set it up, so I have negative z cubed plus z 0z squared minus 2z minus 1. And so if you guys notice, all I did was rewrote our first polynomial. And now I'm going to go ahead and write our second. So our second is going to go right underneath it over here. And so I have 2z cubed minus 2z squared plus 2z plus 0. And now I'm going to go ahead and add, right, because I'm adding polynomials. Okay. Before I do that, I'm going to go through, I'm going to make sure I have everything aligned. So I have z cubed, z squared, z, and my constants. So if I don't have everything aligned, I could be adding unlike terms, which is something that we don't want to do because it will give us the wrong answer. And so if I have negative z cubed plus 2z cubed, I get z cubed. 0z squared minus 2z, so I have minus 2z squared. Negative 2z plus 2z actually allows me to cancel those. So I don't have to write anything, but for the sake of using our placeholder, we'll use 0. And then negative 1 plus 0, which gives me a negative 1. And so my simplified answer would be z cubed minus 2z squared minus 1.